I am very excited to have my next guest join us. Her brand new EP is called Goose, one and only Alix Page.
Thank you for having me. I'm so
Alex,
excited to be back.
so great to see you again.
You too, so awesome.
And what a change it has been since the last we saw each other.
Yeah, almost exactly a year. I think a
Yeah.
little over a year, but
Yeah, how are you?
crazy.
I love
I'm
how you're rocking
good.
your own merch.
Thank you. I know. I wanted to be cozy for soundcheck and VIP, so I stole from the merch table. But
Did you design this?
I had the idea. I was like, I want to do like a private school crest kind of thing, and then designer Yosef just took it above and beyond. And I was like, I want like AP and a goose and a star, and then it was like a stamp that he carved. It was like crazy, but I love it. I'm a huge advocate for cool merch. So
That would be an amazing family crest.
right? I agree. I'm trying to
Have any of the fans bestowed upon you a handmade wooden crest?
Not yet. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe at some point.
I
but-
saw the line outside. It's insane.
I know. Yeah, I feel bad because of the rain, but they're very, very sweet.
How crazy has that been to have your own little meet and greet and VIP and people handing you geese, stuffed animals and things?
It's crazy. I mean, it's just so much fun. I feel like they know me so well, and the gifts they bring are like just tailor-made for me, it feels like, and it's just very, very sweet. I'm so grateful to have inherited like just a really fun group of like girls that I feel like I would just hang out with in general, but they're all just so sweet.
Wooden crest.
Yeah.
Alex is waiting. Handmade and varnished by yourself. Have you ever given someone that you look up to a gift?
I don't think so. I feel like I hadn't even seen that be a thing until I started playing shows on the Gracie tour, and then I was like, Gracie walks away with like a pile every night, and it's insane. But I don't think it ever even crossed my mind to do that for an artist.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a newer thing too. I wonder if like
must-
post-COVID, like I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's a possibly a new thing.
Have you met any of your heroes?
I mean, Gracie was crazy for sure. That was like a big one, and it was so random and out of the blue and wild. It all happened very fast too, so like that was like just compounded it. I've met and worked with Marshall Vore several times, and that has been crazy. I don't think I've told him because I want to play it cool, but he's like in my notes app since I was like 16. I had like the list of like dream producers, dream people to open for, and it was like Jack Antonoff, like Maddie Healy, and then Marshall Vore, and then it's like we just get coffee and he's just there, and it's crazy. But
You're talking about the weather.
yeah, exactly. He's so awesome though. He's like the funniest guy. He's just amazing to talk to.
He must be so proud of where you are right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think he's off to tour with Taylor like next week, which is crazy too. But
Yeah.
it's fun to see like everyone winning.
Well, you are definitely in that category.
Thank you.
Congrats on this EP.
Thank you so much.
It is so good. I was listening to each song as you were releasing them, and I was like,
thank
yes,
you.
this makes sense.
Thank you. I
Is
appreciate it.
this a snapshot of this last year or so, or were you kind of collecting these and it just sort of made sense to put this together?
No, I think it's definitely a snapshot, I would say, of the last year. I want to say Goose was the earliest song I wrote, and I wrote that like December 2021, and then all of the rest of them were 2022, kind of during and post the big tour I did. And so I think it all kind of was the product of like just a big growing up year. A lot of exploring, a lot of new inspirations, a lot of new music, and I think just playing a lot of shows that year too for the first time made me think about writing songs in a different way, and I think about now how I want them to live live way more than I ever did in the past. So I think it's fun to play fun, big songs, and I think that was like really important for me for this EP.
Especially when you're going through this change in your life. You turned 21.
Yeah,
That's like a big number.
totally. Yeah.
Did you have any trepidation when that kind of finally came about?
I'm definitely like an overthinker on birthday person. I'm definitely like a cry on birthday person, but we played the Troubadour with Ella Jane that night on my actual birthday, so that was just an amazing, like, could not have asked for a better 21st birthday. It was crazy. No alcohol whatsoever. I was so tired. I was like, I'm going home, I'm going to sleep. My mom was like, have a drink, and I was like, no, I'm good, I'm going to sleep.
How is that possible?
I know. Even still, like, we took one shot after the Seattle show, and I was like, I need to go, like lay down. It's so funny.
That's not rock and roll, Alex.
I know, I'm so embarrassed. It's so funny.
What were you trying to capture then in this collection of songs as you were touring all these cities, learning about yourself, learning about your career as well, and what it's like to, really be doing this for a living.
Oh, I mean, I think even like I listen to different kinds of music in different cities. Like I think driving through here, I listen to a lot of like old Coldplay and Yeah Yeah Yeahs and like a lot of that kind of thing. And then I think the East Coast is just like more upbeat, like funky, like frou frou, like I don't know, just different things. And then I think like Midwest and even Europe was a lot more like Big Thief, Alex G, like slow pulp. And I think when I came home from Europe is when I kind of produced and wrote like Toothache and those songs. And I think those artists and listening to those artists on repeat on those long drives definitely like shaped that EP. And I think in a way, even though like, lyrically I didn't write about traveling, I think just the stories and the music and the inspiration along the way definitely played a big part in those songs, I would say.
In a way, it's kind of the second chapter of Old News.
Yeah, and I feel like people maybe wouldn't like pick up on it because again, I don't write about like I'm here in Berlin today, but I think just a lot of like inspiration came from the different places and how I listen to music in those different places. If that makes sense.
What about a track like Forerunner?
Forerunner, yeah, I wrote that this summer after coming home, and it was the first song I made with Andy Seltzer, who I've looked up to for a long time. Also, love that man. And that one was, funnily enough, the opposite of traveling. I thought it was about like going home for the first time after I moved to LA and seeing my best friend, who's also my next door neighbor, seeing her house and her car, which is a Forerunner, and kind of relating that to like a relationship and just the things that we grow out of, but still just feel like home to us somehow. And even if they're kind of old and broken down and have like car, like whatever.
There's a sense of comfort in that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like Foreigner is definitely about like missing home and kind of being the in-between space between like I miss it and it's so easy to go back to it whenever I want to, but also like it's time to leave and we can't keep going back. And I think that's like home and relationship. And I think I blended those two. I still blend those two a lot in my writing and in my head, I think. But yeah.
Do you think of yourself as a sentimental person in that case?
Definitely, 100%. Since I was like little, like I used to have like boxes of like my little things. I would just like collect like buttons. Like I was that kind of kid that just had like all my baby teeth, like just everything that I found meaning in somehow in like some funny way as a kid. But I still definitely like I'm such a sentimental person through and through. Yeah.
That kind of conflicts with the LA lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of like here now, today.
Fast-paced, moving.
What do you got
like,
going on?
Yeah.
What's up for tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you acclimating?
Honestly, well, I think having good friends just like is everything and they keep you sane. And I live with my bassist girlfriend who's become one of my best friends and she's just amazing. And I think like, yeah, I've definitely found my people in LA, which has been amazing and helps a lot. And I think it's kind of fun. I think being in your 20s is the best time to have a fast-paced lifestyle and go bowling and just go to bars and do the things that you're supposed to do when you're...
Wow, Alex, you're really crazy. You're
I
going to
know,
go bowling.
I go bowling. No, literally, like I feel like our friend group is like so wholesome. We got in comments like we went bowling when Goose came out, and one of the producers who worked on Automatic came, and then the next week he was like, "Your friends are just so wholesome. Like you guys were just like bowling on your release night," and I was like, "Yeah, it's like just what we do." It's so funny.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
what I like to hear.
Yeah, it's the best.
Honestly, because when I chat with various artists and things, it's you want to get back to the music and that personality that got you into music in the first place, totally. Right? And you don't want to get too wrapped up and caught up in the whole expectations and the lifestyle, the expected lifestyle of this rock and roll artist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like even just the age of like the rock and roll artist and the drugs and I mean whatnot, like the 70s, if you think about like all that crazy, I feel like that just like isn't even as much of a thing anymore. I mean, maybe, but
it might. I think it actually transitioned into hip hop.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like it just people are definitely more health conscious, and I feel like even our writers like kombucha, please, and hummus and carrots, and like I think also just being on tour, you eat a lot of junk food and you eat a lot of like fast food when you can and whatnot. So I think having like taking care of your health on tour is so important. I think because it just
you can perform better.
Yeah, exactly. So.
What was it like to work with Brett Kramer from Half Alive?
It's the best. I mean, I've known him since So funny, literally like just so serendipitous and amazing. He's married to my high school music program's director. And so I met him as like a substitute drum teacher when I was like 15. And then I played my songs for their director, Rachel Kramer, who's equally as amazing as Brett and just as equally important to my life and been an amazing just like mentor to me. I played her some of my songs and I was like, I don't really know what to do with them, but I have these songs, like what's next? And she was like, do you want to work with Brett? And I was like, sure. And that was literally how it happened. I was like, I think we recorded Stripes summer before my senior year of high school. And just like, looking back, it's crazy that everything worked out as well as it did because we kind of had no idea what we were doing. But it just, yeah, it's been like the perfect fit. And I think my band too, having people who've known you for a long time as you're doing this and meeting so many different people and like getting told so many different things, it's really, really helpful and really important to just have good people in your corner.
Which definitely helps to get your sound out that you are intending to put out.
Yeah.
Versus what the producer wants or thinks that will produce a hit.
Well, Brett's like kind of a secret weapon too, because I feel like he's like my little secret. Like I want him so badly to just like thrive and flourish too, but I feel like it's so fun to have like somebody to just like work with and grow with, and I feel like we've both really done that and both really expanded in such cool ways. And I mean, Half Alive's touring all over the place too and killing it, but just seeing him grow like with me as a producer has been so much fun along the way. Like I don't think we could have made Toothache when we made Stripes, but now it's like it's so much fun to see that evolution and stuff.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
This EP is awesome. I can't wait for the show tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Good to see you again.
You too, yeah, so much fun.
It's Alix Page right here on B-Sides.